Here's yet another battle against my persistent rival, Lucas. So to begin, I of course send out O'Brien, because the day I send something else out with this team, you can be very surprised. And he starts off with his favorite Pokemon, Kecleon. So right off the bat, Kecleon's going to use Fake Out to prevent me from doing anything. And gets a critical hit. But it's going to have to suffer through Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet damage for touching me. I, of course, flinch and can't move, and then he goes for the Drain Punch, and it's Protean, so he gets stabbed super effective. And that takes me down to about half, and he heals up almost all the way, but then my Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet activate once again, taking away some of that HP he just recovered. And I'm able to set up Stealth Rock, which is my main goal. Now he goes for yet another Drain Punch. And that actually takes me out, so this Kecleon is a pretty powerful physical attacker, surprisingly. But at least it didn't get away with no damage. Plus, I have Stealth Rocked out. So I decide now's a good time to send out Razor, just because it can intimidate this Kecleon. And so I decide to Mega Evolve it, of course, because what else would I do? And it goes for the Shadow Sneak, and gets, of course, that Protean Ghost boost. And it got a critical hit again. What is this thing holding a scope lens? And so I use Dragon Dance, as usual, to set up. And now he went for the Sucker Punch. But I predicted he would do that and used another Dragon Dance. I'm pretty proud of that. And now he's probably gonna... Oh, actually, he switches out. And brings in Slurpuff. And I was indeed going to use Dragon Claw, but that's okay. I think I can still take this thing down. And I do. A critical hit again. This is just a critical hit battle. So I take a hefty amount of recoil from that. And back out comes the infamous Kecleon. And now it's going to be able to fake me out again. And it does. So my health is kind of dangerously low. And it goes for Sucker Punch. But once again, I awesomely predicted that. And used Dragon Dance. I'm very proud of my little strategy right there. And I assume that next he'll go for Shadow Sneak to not risk it, which will do less damage, and possibly I'll be able to survive. And that's exactly what happens, and I'm able to get a Dragon Claw off of it. And take down this godforsaken Kecleon. And next is going to come out a well, now you know it's a Mega Bayonet, because I just spoiled it. I don't think I've actually ever fought a Mega Bayonet before this battle, because it's kind of not good. So people don't really use it. But Lucas went for the Shadow Sneak, and that's going to do a ton of damage. And take me out. So I decided to bring in Viper, because he has the type advantage here. And also, I figured it had a Will-O-Wisp with Prankster, and I didn't want any physical attackers to get hit by that. So I send out my special attacker. And I nail it with Dark Pulse. And that's Mega Bayonet down. I take some Life Orb damage and burn damage. And now comes out the infamous Chinchino. Hate this thing, because I hate receiving skill links, but I managed not to get hit by Tail Slap and Dragon Pulse it right to the face. Thank God. Take this thing out before it can cause me any grief. And now he brings in for Alligator. Cool. Spencer loves for Alligator. I use Dragon Pulse on it. And almost take it down, but not quite. And so now it's going to get me with a Sheer Force Ice Punch. And another critical hit. Jeez. I decided to bring in Leaky Tube for the type advantage. And it uses Crunch. But I'm not a ghost type, so that doesn't concern me. I smack it with a Thunderbolt and take it down. And now he's gonna bring in Toxicroak. And it throws a trash can at me. That's gonna hurt, but not quite kill me. Because Poison is not super effective against Electric, but I think it should be, personally. Just because Electric doesn't have enough weaknesses, and Poison doesn't have enough things it's super effective against. But anyway, so I burn this thing just to make sure it'll die. Because this is like his last Pokemon. And then I go for the Protect, just to stall one turn out. But he predicts that and uses Swords Dance. That's frightening. I recover leftover damage, he recovers Black Sludge damage. And then he gets hurt by the burn. And he hits me with another Drain Punch. And doesn't quite recover all of his HP, thankfully. And now I'm going to bring in Tickle Ball, so of course is not a great matchup. But it was just to trick him and stall one more turn, so I figured he'd use the super effective Gunk Shot, and so I could go into my Steel type. And that exactly worked. That's one more turn of burn damage. Now he's going to hit me with a super effective Sucker Punch. And it doesn't quite take me down to half, but I'm going to Earthquake the hell out of him. And that kills him. So, that's the match.